collagen has high nitrogen amino acids, 2 times more than whey. So for instance,
Really?
Glycine, arginine, proline, hydroxyproline, hydroxylysine, those are high nitrogen amino acids. Those are amino acids that build and repair your body. They help to repair tissues. They help build your lean body mass. They serve a number of functions in the body that way. That's the whole building, repairing, feeling more youthful, getting the effects of restoring your body. Now, compared to whey protein, just to give you an example, collagen has glycine, 451% more glycine than whey protein, about 160% more arginine than whey protein, and somewhere around 130% more proline than whey protein. Those are what makes it different. That's why people in a small dose of collagen get a robust benefits for hair, skin, and nails and body repair.
You're listening to the Nutrition World Podcast, a show about navigating the intricacies of holistic wellness. We're a natural health food store located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we believe that optimal health and peak performance should be accessible to everyone. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. My name is Brian Strickland. I'm the producer of the show. And on today's episode, we're speaking with Jim Caras. Jim is the founder of a company called HealthDirect, and they specialize in hydrolyzed medical-grade collagen, amongst some other supplements, but really that's their bread and butter and what we want to talk about today. Collagen is kind of a popular supplement at the moment, and there's a lot of misinformation surrounding it, but Jim does a great job of walking us through the ins and outs of collagen, how it can benefit you, and the difference between medical grade and then what some other products that you might find on the market. So we've got a chock full episode for you today. Sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and hop into the conversation with Jim and Ed.
You know, as everyone who ever has any history on me, Ed Jones, they know that I've been doing this for 43 years. I've seen pretty much everything from A to Z as far as information and as far as products. But there's one product that I think we need to educate on, myself and other people, and it's something that's grown exponentially over the past 5 to 7 years, and that's collagen. And there's a lot of confusion around collagen because we've carried it for, I guess, 20 years, but we only carried one particular one, which we're going to talk about. And then after about 12 years ago, multiple companies, probably most of the companies in our nutrition industry, have some type of collagen product. Well, today I have probably the most experienced person in this whole arena talking today about this collagen and educating you and myself on the benefits and also how to be more empowered to decide which brand you want. And so today we have Jim Caras, and welcome to Nutrition World's podcast.
Well, thank you for having me, Ed.
Jim has got a solid 25-year history in this industry. He actually established a collagen company way before anyone else even really knew what the word collagen meant. And I think we've carried that particular product for 20 plus years. He wrote a book long ago called Weight Loss and Anti-Aging, based on some of the benefits that were known to almost no one 2 and 3 decades ago. And so he is the health director of HealthDirect company, and it's amazing company, very solid. I've never been displeased with any of the products that you have made. But today we're going to learn about how do we really empower ourselves with information, because everyone sees these collagens and they say type 2, type 3, 7 types, liquid, capsules, powders. First off, what is collagen and why would somebody want to take it?
Okay. Well, thanks for having me on, Ed. I appreciate it. And I love talking about collagen because it's changed my life. So maybe I can start with a little story of why people would like to take it, because it's interesting. So 25 or so years ago, right before I started the company, I had trouble losing weight. I had pain issues, back issues. I was feeling sluggish. And I was doing everything I could to try to rectify it. I was dieting. I tried different diets, all different types of diets. I'd exercise 6 days a week. I'd do aerobics. I'd do weights. I tried different weight loss supplements. And what happened was basically I'd lose a few pounds. And then 6 weeks later, I'd go to a family event. I always say I'm Greek. I'd go to a Greek wedding, which is actually what happened, true story. And I gained more weight in 2 days than I lost in 6 weeks. So it got really frustrating, but I didn't give up. And one day I sat in a seminar from a man who happened to be the person that created hydrolyzed collagen. This was about 20 7 years ago, right before HealthDirect started. And I learned about collagen, and it was only this collagen was only medically used at the time. And I lit up because I said, this might be one of the things I'm missing. So I basically created a program for myself out of trial and error of eating certain foods, not eating certain foods to correct my body. I added the collagen to it. And basically in 67 days, I lost 25 pounds, gained 6 pounds of muscle, lost 13 inches all over my body, lost 4 inches of my weight, completely transformed my body. And that's how I learned about collagen. And from that point on, I learned about the weight loss door. I learned about it for what it could do for just my aches and pains. But then there became so many other applications from it over the years that I learned that it was medically used, and people are just not familiar with it. So I love talking about collagen. You asked me what makes collagen different. So what's interesting about collagen, or why someone should take collagen, is basically I break up the body in 3 different parts. I like to keep it simple. I say our bodies are basically 3 things. We're water, protein, and fat. Okay, the protein is called what I call lean body mass, and lean body mass is everything that's not the water and fat. So people are familiar with your skin, your hair, your nails. It's your organs, it's your bones, it's all the tissue in your body. What's interesting is 30% of that is collagen. And the average person loses 1% of collagen per year. And so if we're losing our collagen, we're losing that lean body mass. And so what takes place is 90% of your hair, skin, and nails are collagen. Your brain is a significant portion, your eyes, your lungs, all the major components, everything that surrounds your blood vessels, your organs. Basically, collagen comes from a Greek word, kala, which means glue. And collagen is the glue that holds your body together. So as your body ages and you lose 1% a year from the year about 2025 on, you become collagen deficient. And so a lot of people think, oh, I'm aging, I'm getting older, I should feel, my hair's not as nice, it's more brittle, it doesn't grow as slow, my nails aren't good. That's the cosmetic parts. But then they start noticing they're achy when they get up, they have aches and pains, they lose their body mass, they're skinny, what I call skinny fat, they're not as toned as they used to be. A lot of that is collagen loss. And when we supplement with collagen, we could repair and build our body.
So supplementing is a very efficient way to raise the level of collagen, which then, of course, people can receive the results of taking the collagen. And I know that a lot of studies have been done now on collagen, and I guess early on there obviously were more studies than I realized because you were using a collagen that was really medical grade. What were they using that collagen for in the medical field?
The original patents on the product were used for high protein nutrition. They were used for burn victims, for wound healing, for cancer nutrition, as far as keeping lean body mass on cancer patients, people with heart issues, anyone that was older that would lose muscle tissue because of a condition would benefit from collagen. Also to build and repair skin tissues post-surgically to heal wounds and tissues quicker. It's used currently in dialysis clinics, which is interesting to help stop the catabolic breakdown of protein in the body after dialysis. It puts people in an anabolic state, so they have higher protein levels in the body. It's used in nursing homes. So a lot of us have older parents. In nursing homes, they get bed sores. Our collagen has patents on it, clinical studies on it, where it shows that we're talking liquid medical grade collagen now, where the liquid medical grade collagen is actually used in nursing homes to heal bed sore wounds.
Wow, really? Now that medical collagen, how different is that than our over-the-counter collagen? Is it greatly different or about the same?
It's different. First of all, it's in the liquid state. So doctors use liquid. They use liquid collagen. It's highly concentrated. So in 1 ounce of collagen, you'll get up to 18 grams of protein or collagen in 1 little ounce. So as opposed to taking a glass of water, powder, stirring it, you're going to get 10 to 15 grams in there, and you have to drink 8 ounces of liquid. So if you think about it, in a hospital, you have an elderly patient, someone that's sick, they don't have an appetite, they're not hungry. They just need to get nutrition in them. It's a highly effective way of getting it in them. The second is the process. As far as how we make the collagen, we're the only company that really takes raw collagen, hydrolyzes. We can talk about this more in detail if you want. Takes raw collagen, hydrolyzes it, breaks it down into the peptide form. It's a process we created 40 years ago for hospitals. We're the only ones that still do it.
Really?
So we take this collagen, so we use a hospital grade, medical grade standard to create the collagen. And the ones that consumers get of our product is the same thing that's used in the hospitals. Now, powders are basically coming from anywhere from 3 or 4 or 5 sources.
Okay.
Powders are made by certain companies. They're collagen companies. They make pre-hydrolyzed collagen. They hydrolyze it themselves. The collagen companies that sell it are basically...
And what does hydrolyzed mean?
Hydrolyze is where we take collagen and we break it down with enzymes.
Gotcha.
Okay, and we created, by the way, the original patent on it that we did way back when was using enzymes. So we were the first to use enzymes. Before us, people would use acids. So we use natural enzymes, break down the collagen. So collagen is it's a very, like your skin. A strand of collagen is as strong as a strand of steel. So if you think of it that way, it doesn't break down easy like other proteins. So when you ingest collagen, your body's going to have a hard time digesting it. That's why eating raw collagen or foods that may have some collagen in them, it's not a good long-term strategy because you're just not going to absorb much. So we take raw collagen, we hydrolyze it with enzymes, and it's broken down into long-chain amino acids. And that's how your body can absorb them. So we take it a step further. We take it and we take the process down so the collagen is broken into peptide form, which are di and tripeptides, little chains of 2 or 3 peptide or amino acids, and then it's in a form that your body can just absorb without digestion. So that's what hydrolyzed collagen is. But let's talk about peptides because that's the most important thing. So when we say hydrolyzed collagen, I like to refer to the peptide form because that's the truly absorbable type.
And that's what HealthDirect has.
Yes.
And some companies don't have that form, correct?
They have the peptide form, but the difference is all these companies are buying from a manufacturer or a ingredient supplier that makes the collagen and does that process. So basically, when you pick up a container of most powders out there, they're all buying them from the same place. They're just scooping them in the container, putting their label on them, and selling them. We're the only company I'm aware of that we buy raw collagen, we hydrolyze it ourselves in the original process we've done for hospitals for 40 years, and you get that exact product that we control the whole process on. That's what makes it different. The other thing that makes a difference is this is the product that people have used for, hospitals and clinics have used for 40 years, over 4,000 doctors, clinics, and hospitals.
I love a history of a product because it shows us so much that we only sometimes can learn through a period of a lot of years. Now, what source does your collagen come from?
It comes from bovine, which would be cow.
Okay. And I'm sure you have plenty of safety standards where you are very particular about the raw materials, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, the materials are hydrolyzed down. So by the time you get the product, you're getting almost just amino acids.
Gotcha.
Nothing else in the bovine or the cow is present.
Okay.
So you're just getting an amino acid. And by the way, we talk about the hospital use. The product is so refined, it's also used in tube feeding in the hospitals.
Really?
Yeah. So it's that much of a refined product, which makes it different as well.
Now, is it a complete protein and can be used in place of a protein food or powder? Can it suffice as for a guy who works out or for anybody meal replacement? Can it be used for that?
It can. Collagen is considered a non-complete protein because collagen naturally doesn't contain tryptophan. Okay, so it's originally years ago people said, well, it's not a complete protein, it doesn't work the same, but not really. What makes collagen different from other proteins is the amino acid structure. So basically the difference between proteins are amino acid structure, the combination and a ratio of those. So your whey proteins, your soy, your pea, they're all good proteins, but they all contain different amino acids. Collagen is the only one that contains an amino acid structure pretty close to bioidentical to your body. That's why it's allergen free. That's why people who have allergic responses to other proteins can have collagen protein. Number 2 is collagen contains 2 amino acids that are not present in other proteins, hydroxyproline and hydroxylysine. So, for instance, when you take 1 ounce of liquid medical grade protein, you're getting 2 grams of hydroxyproline and hydroxylysine. What that means to you is basically that's the hydroxyproline is the amino acid that holds the collagen strand together. They promote wound healing, basically repair and building of your body's tissue. That's why those amino acids are so important. So the only way to get those two is in collagen. That's why there's no such thing as a vegan collagen, because those don't exist in vegan foods. The other thing is that makes collagen a good protein, I would say a good protein source in my opinion, is that it's very high in high nitrogen amino acids. So this is what also makes, this is why when you eat chicken, fish, steak, take whey protein, soy protein. Now those are good, everyone eats protein, and those are what I call macro proteins. You need them as a macro source to your diet. Collagen is more medicinal. You would take a lower amount to get a great effect to your body as far as the building and the repairing. You don't need a lot of it. But if someone wants it as a protein source, it's going to be fine, because the older they get, the less tryptophan they basically need in their body. But the other difference, Ed, is that collagen has high nitrogen amino acids, 2 times more than whey. So for instance, glycine, arginine, proline, hydroxyproline, hydroxylysine, those are high nitrogen amino acids. Those are amino acids that build and repair your body. They help to repair tissues. They help build your lean body mass. They serve a number of functions in the body that way. That's the whole building, repairing, feeling more youthful, getting the effects of restoring your body. Now, compared to whey protein, just to give you an example, collagen has glycine, 451% more glycine than whey protein, about 160% more arginine than whey protein, and somewhere around 130% more proline than whey protein. Those are what makes it different. That's why people in a small dose of collagen get a robust benefits for hair, skin, and nails and body repair.
Wow. And there's no doubt people can see a difference in 4 to 8 weeks when they use this type of collagen, because I have those testimonies. I hear people. Two thoughts on my mind. One is, I know I talk a lot about Roundup and the dangers of Roundup, because it is a very significant concern in our future of this world and our health, because it was patented as an antibiotic in the early 70s, and now it's on most foods. But glycine helps block that in some of the studies that I've seen. Secondly, I did a podcast on The Holistic Navigator on osteoporosis, and I know, again, I stress this for the past 20 years. Your bones are not just made of calcium, they're made of collagen. And you can't just take calcium and expect osteoporosis to slow down or stop or rebuild. You have to rebuild collagen, because that is, like you said earlier, the strength of steel. That's why you can rebuild a big bone mass with medical intervention, but it's brittle bone mass because it's not building collagen. It's building the size of the bone. So don't be misled in your journey of osteoporosis if like, oh, your bones are getting bigger. That doesn't really matter. It's how brittle are they. And to take collagen or other things that build your own bone collagen is imperative for your health and for rejuvenating those bones. I'm sure you agree.
I agree. 90% of your inorganic bone mass is collagen.
Wow.
So you're absolutely right. When we talk about, I always go back to the example, when I talk about your body is, water, protein, and fat, and the protein is the lean body mass, that's bone. So if that's declining with age and you can increase it by increasing your collagen intake, then basically you're repairing, strengthening bone tissue as well. There's an interesting study on our product. So there's 3 what I call landmark studies that are they're not supplement studies. They're medical studies on collagen. They were done on liquid medical grade collagen. One was interesting because it took, these are all published studies. This was in a journal published study. It took elderly women, which I liked the study because it wasn't taking young men that are growing, that are bodybuilders. It wasn't taking middle-aged. It was taking people that needed lean body mass. And it compared collagen protein to whey protein. What it showed is the difference between the two after the study period and what happened in the study, that people were given specific foods to eat, and they were kept in a bubble, so it was just adding the collagen or adding the whey to the exact food source that they were eating. What happened at the end of the study is collagen significantly increased lean body mass, where there was very little effect on whey protein, all within a short period of a little over a week. So it shows the difference there. Now, let's go back to lean body mass, bones, tissues, organ, skin. So if you're repairing lean body mass and increasing it, you're increasing, that's what lean body mass is. And that was without exercise, by the way, which to me, that was the underlying part of the study, which is interesting, that we're increasing lean body mass without exercise.
And more studies are coming out correlating the lean body mass to longevity. it isn't really about the aerobic fitness of being able to run a 5.5 minute mile. It's really how good can you lift weights, how strong is your lean muscle. That is what is the powerhouse for aging, because when we get older, we have accidents, we fall, we get sickly. The thing that preserves us, the engine, the fire, the gas in that is lean body mass. And I'm very invested, being the age that I am, to maintain that. I will have to say, personal testimony, I've been off and on your product for a couple years. I've had a chronic issue with, it's probably basic bursitis within the hip. Now, bursitis is different than arthritis. I didn't expect it to cure me, but I have just last weekend completed a physique contest here locally, and I definitely saw body fat reduction and maintenance of muscle, because I used entire capful every day. I just did it once a day. I did it after I left the gym and I came to work, and I'm very, very happy with that. And I'm just very pleased with it, because I've used many collagens and they all have some benefit, but yours has how many different, versions of collagen? 20 something? What is it?
Yes, the types of collagen are 20, and I want to come back to the weight loss muscle part connection too in a moment. But yeah, there's 28 different types of collagen in the body. 28 different types. So ours is, this is a good, what I call a fallacy or a myth to correct out there. There's a lot of collagens out there. Lately, the trend has been, we have type 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, Okay, there's 28 different types of collagen in the body. So your body is smart. Your body knows what to do. How collagen works in the body is doing two things. The mechanism of action. When you ingest collagen, a highly absorbable peptide, what takes place is, one, you're adding the amino acids that are collagen amino acids, these high nitrogen amino acids, to have an effect on your body. Two is, the other effect, and the main effect how collagen works, is that when it's a highly absorbable peptide, those peptides, when they enter the bloodstream, they're stimulating the growth of new collagen. So it's stimulating the growth of collagen in your body. Okay, so if you think about it, your body's smart. Your body just doesn't say, I've taken type 1, I'm only going to do type 1. Your body stimulates all 28 types. That's why you don't need to add these other collagens to the body. You just need a really good type 1 collagen. 90% of your body is type 1, by the way. So if I haven't mentioned that, that's another important feature here. But the other thing is the weight of the medical study, 40 years of use. All the studies, 90+ % of the studies are done on type 1 for this reason. They're not done on 3, 4, 5, 10. To me, it's just, that's why we've always had type 1. That's why we'll only have type 1, because it's a whole body collagen. It's building all 28 types.
Wow. So, I'm so connected with your statement that the body has wisdom and it knows what to do when we give it what it needs.
Right.
And I don't think we'll ever be smarter than the mechanisms of action within our own body. But I go back to, common sense, wisdom of the ancients, and we rarely can go wrong with that. And that's where a lot of the medical intellectualism is being worshipped, and there's so much that can be left out of textbooks that have to do with the wisdom of the body. But again, I think we have a lot of people who are seeking this kind of more holistic information. Now, lastly, you can talk whatever else.
Yeah.
Now, sleep. How is it helping sleep?
Okay, it's really so 25 years ago, when I started recommending collagen for weight loss and overall body health, an interesting thing happened. I tell people my opinion from 25 years of experience using collagen, the number one best time to use it is at bedtime on an empty stomach. Okay, you're going to max it. You don't need to have our collagen on an empty stomach, the liquid medical grade, or most other collagens, but to me, it's just going to work more efficiently that way. So bedtime is the best time. So what would happen is I kept getting all these people telling me, Jim, I'm sleeping better. I have a really sound night's sleep. I wake up more refreshed. And we were like, there's no studies on this. How's collagen working that way? Well, years later, the studies on glycine finally caught up, where there were studies on glycine that said glycine induces, it doesn't put you asleep, but it induces a deeper, better sleep. It affects core body temperature, helps to lower it so you sleep deeper. And so glycine has a positive effect on a good night's sleep. Well, 1 ounce of liquid medical grade collagen contains 3.2 grams naturally of glycine. So you get that benefit. Once again, we talked about 450% more glycine than whey protein. collagen contains. So that's where you're getting these benefits. That's why when it's not in food and it's easily absorbable, you take it at bedtime, you get that sleep effect. Now, the beauty of it is it doesn't put you asleep during the daytime. It's self-regulating. You take it at bedtime, it works that way, but it's not going to put you to bed if you take it in the morning or night.
Yeah, I feel like because I finished working out early, I get to the store, I tend to have an empty stomach. I used to do a protein drink, but now I'm doing the collagen, and I'm feeling very, very good on it. Now, we'll have to say, the taste is, you got two different kind of concentrations. Some people won't like the taste. I mean, I'm just being honest. I don't mind it at all. It's very thick. It's honey-like. I tend to spill it sometimes, like I did yesterday, and had to clean the floor up, but because it drips down the bottle because I'm too lazy. But I really now. So tell me about taste. How do people get around it if they don't like it? Can they refrigerate it? Should they not? Tell me a couple tips before we end.
Collagen, you don't have to refrigerate it. Just room temperature is fine. It's because ours is so concentrated, 1 ounce is 18 grams. It's thicker and it's stronger. So you can just take it, and if you want to add it to some extra water, like 1 or 2 ounces.
That's what I did.
It'll completely dilute the taste. It'll taste smoother. So we're concentrating it. We have the two types. We have what I call the blue label product, which is 10 grams of collagen, and we have collagen in a red label that's 18 grams per ounce. So you get the extra strength. You get the two. The 10 gram is going to be more watery because there's less collagen in it, so it's going to be more palatable. The other one, they're not what I tell people is, they're supplements. They're not candy.
Yeah.
We don't use artificial ingredients. We don't use artificial sweeteners. That's why we'll get the taste pretty good, but it'll never be like candy. So you can dilute it out. So a couple fun things to do in the summertime. I noticed you turned up the heat for me when I got out here yesterday. Heat wave out here. What's fun to do with our collagen is take some sparkling water, put an ounce in it. And basically what you have is it'll dilute the flavor. You'll have a nice hint of the flavor or taste of the flavor in it. It'll be very palatable. You'll love it. It'll be a high protein, sugar-free soft drink.
Oh.
So that's a healthy thing to do for kids or for the family in the summertime. We have had a lot of moms that take it and dilute it out and freeze it and make popsicle sticks for the kids. So high protein, low sugar popsicle sticks. So you can have fun with it, or you can just take it straight. It's whatever you like.
So mentioning that, so it's obviously great for kids. There's
wonderful kids.
Who can't take it? Is there anyone?
Really no one. I mean, anyone that may have a medical condition where their protein's being regulated, or they're for whatever, maybe they have a rare collagen disease, I would say something like that. But outside of that, because it's hydrolyzed, pre-digested, easily absorbed collagen, which is protein, pretty much anyone can take it.
I love that. And again, we're not doing any advice here for medical issues. And if people have serious issues, check with your doctor first. But we're talking about a natural product from the earth. It's been worked on to make it more efficient. So this is so informative. We got the benefit of collagen, which I have seen thousands of times, not 100, because people come in and tell me a lot of stories. I personally used the HealthDirect one now for over 1.5 years. I'm very pleased with it. And everyone sees results with skin, hair, and nails. Now, that's like an absolute to me. So if that's something you need. And then on top of that, we've got the benefit of the muscle, the lean muscle. My comment about glycine and Roundup. We've got all the things that you talked about. So it's almost like, we talk about what we call the core four at Nutrition World. It's something I came up with years ago. We got 8,000 products. People walk in and say, what do I take? I'm just overwhelmed if they don't have people who can advise them. Well, we really feel the core four, the right multivitamin, not the Centrum, the right omega-3, not the ones that are not been tested mercury, the right green drink, and the right magnesium, and then we add D on top. Well, it's almost like collagen, if you're past 45 years old, might need to be an addition to like a core four, because the other nutrients really aren't addressing this collagen issue, because that's kind of a specialty itself. So I'm hugely invested in recommending collagen to people past 45. Would that be an age that you recommend?
I would say 40 on up. Yeah. The average person loses 1% a year, and they're starting at their 20s. So if you think about it, by the time someone is about 40, they've lost about 15 to 20% of their collagen. If anyone ingests sugar, alcohol, which is pretty much most people, in the sun, that's everyone. If you've been in the sun a lot, we've all, as kids we were, nowadays you can't avoid the sun. So if you're in the sun, you have some sun damage. People that smoke, Basically, by the way, women at 50, when they hit menopause, within 5 years of menopause, they've lost 30% of their collagen.
Wow.
Women in menopause, that's never discussed. That is very critical.
Yeah.
So anyone as they age can use collagen and should take it, because 30% of your lean body mass is collagen and it's declining. It's something everyone should take. When you're younger, you should take it to help prevent it, but you'll still see some benefits. The hair, skin, and nails on younger people is fantastic. If anyone has an injury, like I said, the liquid collagen is used. It increases healing at a rate of 2 to 1 over placebo. That's a clinical study as well.
And we're talking surgery even.
We're talking surgery. Yeah, I mean, it's to give you the idea of the safety. My mother, she passed away years ago, but before that, she had a quadruple bypass when she was about 72. The next day, I was in the hospital. I was given her a heavy dose of about 40 grams a day, which is 3 capsules. What happened is for the healing, because I knew the studies on the healing, the doctors were like, at 72, they were like, what happened to you? Your skin is healed like twice the rate of everyone else. And it was very dramatic. So we have those studies, we have those stories all the time, people noticing the rapid repair of their skin. And if you think about it, a wrinkle is skin damage. It's an injury. It's basically, I consider it almost like an injury of age.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important for people.
I love it. You've been so informative. And I use the word in all my podcasts, my radio show, and talking, we have tools that can embrace graceful aging, because don't listen to the supposed experts who say you're just getting older. Just accept it. Don't have to accept this. We have a toolbox that's so powerful with Nature's Pharmacy, and then we have experts like you who can educate the details of this, because the devil's in the details. It's not just grabbing something. It's getting the right product, the right dose at the right time, and being committed to it. I mean, I don't know how old you are. You've got amazing looking skin. I mean, it looks like the 21-year-old. I'm sure a big part of that's collagen.
I'm 59, by the way.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, and I've taken the collagen for the 25 years.
Well, I can just tell you, people, I don't know if you can tell from here, but he looks like he's literally 25 years old. I don't think there's been any...
I'm going to come back here more often.
And that shows itself with consistency, not doing something for 3 months and then forgetting it. So, Jim, thank you so much. You traveled all the way from California.
Yeah.
You're here to help other people, help us. And I know this will be valuable to so many, and it's going to really change the quality of life and offer graceful aging for those of us past 45. When I get to be 45, I'm going to start taking your product.
Well, Ed, I appreciate it. And you do wonderful work here. You and your staff, you care about people, you change people's health, and it's an honor to be here with you.
Well, thank you. And again, you're president of HealthDirect Collagen, and it's certainly something that I will recommend, as I always have, but I'll even be more aggressive with that, because now I know more of the details, and I want to learn as much as anyone else does. So you've been an instructor for me. So thank you so much for being here for Nutrition World's podcast.
You're welcome. And it's HealthDirect is the company. And by the way, Aminosculpt is the brand of liquid medical grade.
Thank you very much.
In case anyone wanted to know.
That is perfect. Yeah, Aminosculpt. All right.
Thank you.
Safe travels back. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.